Hello, Andrea St. Amand here. Today we're going to talk about what am I and labels. It is so like calling us to put a label on ourselves, right? It's so intriguing. It's so interesting. It's like, oh my gosh, if I could just put some label on what the heck I am or what energies I'm channeling, then I'm going to know who I am and I can go with it. Here's the deal, y'all. Let's talk about those labels I put in my post. It was like psychic or medium or channeler, intuit or witch or crone or seer or healer or whatever. Guess what? Those aren't labels. Those are energies. And most people don't know that. Each one of those things are a very specific type of energy. Psychic energy is one thing. Mediumship energy is another thing. Witch energy is something entirely altogether different. And for some reason, that's got a bad word. I love that word. Topic for another day. Healing energy is something different. So there's lots of these different energies out there. And most of us tap into all of them. Most of us have all of them, and it makes us feel a little bit schizophrenic because we come into the spiritual world. Most of us have education, like not spiritual education unless we're religious, but I'm putting that aside right now. But most of us have like professional education, and we're taught like I'm a marketing person, or I'm in branding, or I'm a lawyer, or I'm a doctor. And we come into the spiritual world and we're like, oh, well, I have to be an empath, or I don't know what I am. And then like we get confused because every single one of you guys I've talked to, myself included, we have channeled all of those energies. We're all of it. We are all of it. We are witch. We are bitch. we are, we are, we're healers. We're seers. We've had premonitions. We've had telepathic experiences. We've had psychic experience. We've had dead people talk to us. We've had other beings talk to us. And we kind of, it goes into one big pot. And for some reason, all of us put on ourselves, we put the expectations on ourselves that we're supposed to know how to figure this out. We're supposed to know how to put some label onto ourselves and say, okay, well, now I'm this, and this is my expertise. Well, you don't have to. And this is what this group is about. This group is about you to come in here and to not have to be a perfect peacock. And peacocks aren't perfect. You know, peacocks are just peacocking around. By the way, speaking of not being perfect, watch what the lighting is doing with my face. I have been all over this house trying to find the right lighting, and I can't find it, which is the exact sort of metaphor for what we do with our own spirituality. There are times where we feel like hands-on healers, where we just know if you touch somebody, you put your hand on their shoulder, that's all they need, and you can feel all the tension dropping out of them. Sometimes you know that like, I need to provide this thing today, or I need to provide this ear today, or I've had this experience. We are all over the board with all of it, and that's okay. So what I want everybody to understand is that spirituality and coming into your energetic spiritual gifts is just like any other profession you decide to go down. When you become a medical doctor, you go to medical school. And then with lots and lots of experience and exposure to different types of healing, you're going to become a certain type of doctor. It's the same with a lawyer, or same with a marketer, or same with any other profession we do. It's the same with energetic stuff. You need to be exposed, and you need to know that you have all of it in you. You have it in you to be like, pull in that empath energy, and to pull in that psychic energy, and to pull in your intuition, and then sometimes to rely on your instinct. You have it in you to do all of that. It takes knowledge. It takes a lot of practice with a mentor. It takes skill building, which you don't get skills just overnight by showing up. You do it by practicing and practicing and practicing. To then at some point you realize, you know what? I actually enjoy this thing over here a little bit more than this thing over there. I can do that. I got it. I can do it. But this is where I'm being called right now. I have so many friends who start as Reiki healers because they're thinking that's like they need to heal with their hands, and they realize they don't need to heal with their hands at all. They can, but they need to be healing in another way. And the flip, I have friends who really thought they were mediums. They were like, I'm a natural medium. Like, dead people are coming to me all the time. And they started down the mediumship path and like, oh, I need to use that and pull it out through my hands and actually touch people and do hands-on healing. But no one is expecting you, especially in this group, no one is expecting you to know this out of the blocks. And listen, when I started off, if you had given me a quiz about intuition on a scale from 1 to 0, I would have said, oh, I'm highly intuitive. I have all these random experiences happening to me. I just don't know what to do with them. I would have scored a 0 on that quiz, a 0. So a lot of times, even the word intuit becomes a fallback word, and most people don't know what intuition is or means. They don't know like how they're working with their intuition. They are really relying on fear-based instinct. So I definitely, I can tell you when I moved into the professional arena, it became a thing. What am I going to put on my business cards? Am I a psychic? Well, most times people say, hear psychic, they think I'm going to read their fortunes. They think I'm going to tell them what's going to happen. Like there's a knight in dark knight in shining armor on a white horse coming up in the next year or something. I don't know. Most people think that's what psychic is. That's not what being a psychic is. Psychic is this very specific type of energy. So I didn't know what to call myself. Am I psychic? Am I a psychic medium? Am I a spiritual medium? Because that was a word really hot and floating around at the time. Am I an intuit? I'm like, I didn't know. And I put every single one on my business card, just handed them all out and saw which ones stick. You know what? People didn't care. Clients didn't care. They cared about results. They cared that I was able to heal a very specific problem and that I understood from a human grounded perspective, energetically and spiritually, what was going on with them. So I just want to like give you guys, please don't put a label on yourself, because as soon as you do, the spirit world will mess with you. It just will right away. As soon as you think you're an expert in psychic stuff and you're not going to go the mediumship route, spirit's going to drop in a whole bunch of dead loved ones for you to start talking to. As soon as you think you're like, maybe you're a Reiki healer, aliens are going to start visiting you. I mean, spirit just has that way of expanding you and constantly not letting you put a limit on yourself. So really highly recommend you guys don't worry about a label. That's your ego, like thinking you need to be an expert at something right away when you're not. Like just enjoy that we are all on this path together. If you need to put a word on yourself, put a word like Jennifer put in the post below when I posted this Facebook Live. She's like, well, I'll tell you what I am. I'm curious, which is awesome. So be curious, be a constant seeker, be a constant student. I'm a constant student, even of stuff I don't ever put into practice. I want to know how that energy works. So give yourself that freedom, give yourself that leeway, give yourself that humility, and know that you're just starting out. That's a perfect place to be. You're exactly where you need to be. And there's so many different ways for you to explore who you are and who you're meant to be and who you're meant to heal. A little side note on that. I have been meant to heal certain people at certain times in my career, and that time never came up again. I have been meant to be a pure medium at times, and it never came up again. So give yourself like that flexibility when you're learning. One, you need to learn knowledge of all the different energies out there. Two, you need to spend time with them. You need to really develop a skill set with those energies out there. And then three, like just like give yourself a break. Like go with where your heart is pulling you to heal. Let me check my notes real quick because I want to make sure I covered everything. And if anybody has any questions, you can pop them in. The other thing I want to say, this group is safe. This group is so safe for you to say, I don't know. And that's the most powerful thing you can ever say on this planet. In fact, when I first started practicing law, yes, I'd been to law school. Yes, I had passed the bar, and I could call myself a lawyer. And every time a client called and I had to pick up the phone, I went into panic because I didn't know how to help them. And so I learned the power of saying, I don't know, but I'll find out. And you guys can do that too. You can say here in this group, or to me, you can say, I don't know what's going on. I'm having these experiences. I know I'm having these experiences. I know I need to do something with them, but I don't have the answers. It's the most powerful gift you can give yourself. You don't have to be all-knowing, particularly in the spiritual, energetic realm. So a lot of solutions that I offer, human stuff, meaning you know that there's some blocks in your way. There's energetic stuff that you need to get through, or you're a professional person. You're not wanting to go like, come be a psychic or a medium. Let's do a reading because I can clear and give you so much clarity and healing. The other thing I can do, which I think is tremendously valuable, it's something I call ghost therapy. So it's a one-on-one coaching session. It's just a one-time thing. You're not committing to much. And it's a way for you to get everything, all of your experiences off of your chest, and for me to help guide you, let you know, one, you're not crazy, but either most of your energies are showing up right here, right now. either an empath or mediumship or channeling. I can help guide you through that and guide you where to go next. The third thing that I'm super excited about is my course on intuition, which is going to be a very basic, super foundational. By basic, I mean like thorough and foundational course that you can like buy, or you can do a monthly membership to. So it's going to be, and you can always get a private coaching session with me on top of that as you're going along. But definitely share your experiences. If you want my feedback, reach out to me personally. If you want, a way to move forward, I highly recommend doing this for yourself, so you don't feel crazy and you don't feel like you just don't know where to go or what to do with this, because that's the thing I hear over and over. What am I supposed to do with all this? I can help you get there. The other thing I offer only to existing clients, and it's proven to be really helpful, I only offer this to existing clients, people I've already worked with on an ongoing basis. I do something that's called a quick read or quick guidance. So you can shoot me by email or message a bunch of questions, and then within 72 hours, I'm going to do a reading, and I'm going to get back to you and give you an answer. And it's a very affordable way to get a reading, but you got to be an existing client for that. So if somebody asks you, what am I? You can say, I think I'm a human being. I'm pretty sure I'm a human being. I'm not a dog. I'm not a cat. I'm not an alligator. I'm not a snake. I'm a human being, and I'm a seeker, and I'm curious, and I'm sensitive. Feel free to use that word all day long. So many people have like found that the word sensitive is a bad word, but you can say I'm sensitive and say I pick up on a lot of stuff, and you don't have to have the answer to what you're picking up on. So reach out when you're ready to get control of your beautiful, amazing sensitivities, and know that whatever label you feel drawn to, you're all of it. You got it. You got lots of superpowers. You are an empath. You are a witch. You are a seer. You are a crone. You are a healer. You are a medium. You're everything. You're everything. Everything. I love you guys. Bye.